Hello everyone, it's your favorite FGC VTuber. Like back at it again with the chibi, checking to see that I'm recording. So, as you guys can already see, is the tweet. It says, just because it's the foundation doesn't mean it has to be. That's for anything? Sure, fair enough. I mean, don't do I feel like when something is a foundation, there's a fine line, right? So fighting games are fun for me. Yep, I find them extremely fun to play, more than any other genre actually. I'm in the same boat. Except when I have to guess. Cook, cook, literally me, right? I want to see what. And then it says, you can't make this shit up. So basically, he's trying to treat like, oh man, he doesn't actually, whatever. He says he likes fighting games, except for when you actually has to play them. Neutral isn't that much guessing. Neutral isn't really guessing. You're playing footsies. Saying when you have to, like, there's so many if you think just guessing is a part of fighting games, then you're probably a 3D player. That's for sure. There's way too much guessing in that shit for me. About the Knicks interacting, it's just, and again, this is such a stupid concept. Like, I mean, we've seen the chart. Look at Corey, that there's the big three. You know, like what about being tactful? What about being reactive? Like, I'm sorry, not all of us just want to make reads all the fucking time. Like, nah, y'all see, okay. And the main thing I'm trying to get with this is that this mentality is what's been keeping fighting games held back. This is why, if you ask me, like the good quote, S Street Fighter 6 is the best fighting game in the market, it's not even close. Absolutely correct, because they know what the average person wants. To me, fighting games outside of the big three are niche. Why? They refuse to, like, keep the, like, and here's the thing. And because in case you guys don't know, the way most fighting games work for the most part, from far away, you're playing neutral, whatever, you want to get into a position where you have to make them guess, right? Like, you go up, so you jump in, they get knocked down, you get a heavy, you sweep, you jump in, you do a neutral. So even if they DP, you know, sure, you will hit the ground before they do it. So now they genuinely have to sit here, block, and guess between strike, throw. You either tech the throw or get hit by a meaty because the strike or the throw is untechable, unlike teching. And the problem is, fighting games for far too much, like I'm okay with the whole strike beats throw, throw beats block. And to me, that foundation can kind of stay there, right? But there's nothing stopping you from mixing it, you know? Like, and that's really what I'm trying to get at. Like I think there's a fine line between foundation and then you know, I mean, I don't know what the word really is, or you know, maybe I don't know what the word is, right? You know, and to me, I definitely don't like that. There's a reason why Street Fighter 5 Purple Edition, the mod, made it where you can fairly react to throws. A rightly tight window, but it's something added, and that would literally solve the throw loop problem. But no. And guess what? Because you have to guess. And on top of that, I think it would be fair to add a huge, bigger window for throwing. It wouldn't be as busted. See, it would be busted because then throws would have no viability. Good example, look at Tekken, where they're practically near useless, unless you have a character that has so many different chain throws. And even then, King's kind of made laughed at because of the fact that you could duck them. And again, see, even Tekken has this problem because they don't want to mix up the core thing. And even then, on top of that, with the whole rock paper scissors thing, that itself is a core foundation of gaming, especially when it comes to competitive. Something else has to lose to something else. That's fine, but nothing, like, to me, it's like it doesn't have to be the same. You can, you know, you can have one when what if maybe throw beats strike, but then again, you have to make it where strike beats block or some shit like that. But do it in a creative way, right? You can change the formula, but keep the components that make it matter, right? The problem is when you really want to, what if we can make it where scissors beats both? And then that's stupid, right? Basically keep that trifecta, change it how you want, but keep it the same. And that's something deeper, far beyond just, oh, you know, let's just get rid of, like, to me, and mind you, that's me, what I'm doing as a developer. That's why I'm very confident in my fighting game, because I'm straight up changing the structure all completely together. Like, you will not, in my game, guessing will have to be, it's either one, doesn't matter, you're fucked, or two, it's a checkmate. Like, to me, I like it far more when you put yourself in a situation where, like, I mean, he even says low key, he kind of spinning. There's a reason no one likes grapplers, and yeah, and exactly, it's that core thing. Imagine losing because you guessed wrong 3 times in a row. You know, like, you're like, okay, round start, whatever. He walks forward a little bit. Oh, he just grabs you. Oh, great. Now he's gonna mix me up. I'm just gonna block. Oh, you get grabbed. Next time, you know what? I'm gonna jump. Third time, and then he air command grabs you. Oh, you lost. There's a reason. And mind you, I love grapplers. I truly do. But even I can admit that the core, and this is when I realized they went for me, the core philosophy for them is way too reliant on reads and guessing. Like, it's either a blow up or the easiest win on earth. There's very little in between. And that's why, to me, I find, again, going back to what I was getting at earlier, it's far more fun when you get a checkmate. And so that's why SFI is one of my favorite competitive fighting games. Because you could put situations where, like, you have to lose consistently enough. See, in modern fighting games, like I said, that's that situation. You just guess. Or I could even guess wrong one time, you just completely lose. Whereas a checkmate, you have to consistently either be outplayed or outguessed to be put in a situation where they get guaranteed a dub. But you can get out of that situation, you know, if you're ready for it. You know, it's kind of like a snowball effect. But it's not a snowball effect where you lose, where it's like, it's a snowball effect where, like, hey, man, You can make it back out from this, but you better not be falling for this. And on top of that, you can look forward ahead to it. And I think that's far more. All fighting game players can find that far more engaging, right? And we already see it in Street Fighter 6 where people get hit on purpose so they don't get wall splat. See, that is far more interesting, and it's really what separates big brain players from smaller ones. It makes it so you don't get blown up as badly as other ones, right? Heck, I have to explain this stuff to people when I teach them. I have more situations where I have to explain these little nuances in Street Fighter 6 far more than any other fighting game before. And that's the thing. That's the thing that SF6 would be one of the best fighting games if it wasn't held back by its roster, the inputs, and some of the stupid decision making, Throlo being one of them, that would genuinely would make SF6 a better competitive game than even 5. But 5, honestly, at the end of the day, is because I had years to cook to refine its competitive streak. And even it has a throw fucking loop problem. Like, that one would be, low key, SF5 would be not peak, but near, if they just got rid of throw loop. Or even good example, like Purple Edition, right? It still has very big underlying issues. I'm not gonna deny that. I think throw looping. Is throw looping worse in 5 or 6? I feel like it's worse in 5. In 6, it's more prevalent, but I feel you can always do something about it in 6, so it makes it therefore less worse compared to 5, where you don't really have much of an option. So, and that's really what it is. You want to feel like you have options. You're like, there's something you can do. That's why. And they say don't try to vary too far. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't add, okay, rock, paper, scissors. Oh, but what if we add yarn, this and that? And I think you can if the game demands for it and you've established it, right? Fighting games have had years where, and this is the problem with fighting games, they're too rock, paper, scissors. We have the space to expand. And Street Fighter 6 is a great example. When you're up against the wall with all the mechanics present, we have, rock 1, rock 2, paper 2, rock, paper 2. And the problem, again, and that's the same reason why we hate throw looping, is because, oh, fuck that shit. Now it's just tic-tac-toe, which is even less depth than rock, paper, scissors, And there's only so much you can do that before it really gets boring, And to me, I think we're in an age where fighting games need to have, again, rock, paper, scissors, but like one that has like 3 variants, right? Like rock 1, 2, and 3, and paper, if you get what I'm saying. And on top of that, why don't we make it where, like I said before, where paper beats scissors? And again, and this is just metaphorical, right? And at the end of the day, this is just a more deeper argument. I think people have this argument. Everything NTC requires some guessing, even neutral. Sure, but that's nowhere near the same thing as looping. See, exactly. There's always going to be some little amount of guessing. And people will say reads and whatever. Sure. To me, neutral stuff is reads, and maybe every once in a blue moon, okay, like, oh, okay, this guy, like, basically, here's a better way to put it. You can get a read on someone when they can do at least something 1 to 2 to 3 times, or you can condition someone. I'm very good at conditioning. Anything past that, 100%, it just becomes a guessing game. Anything less than that is also a guessing game. And at the end of the day, like I described before with Geef, if you can just straight up lose in 3 extra interactions, you're primarily guessing. Then, oh, cool, I got 1 read. You're fucking guessing. And especially when most sets are 2 out of 3, that is not enough time to get a read on a person. There's a reason why labbers like me are the most consistent winners. And also you could say readers too as well, right? Mind you that but even they still have to play fairly safe. And this is why the safe playstyle is dominant in most esports. Because why take the risk? You're always going to take a risk. Because too many modern games want you to fucking guess. And at the end of the day, part of it is entertaining. It's just more entertaining to see a fucking blow up when a dude gets command grabbed 3 times in a fucking row. But like to me, it's just not satisfying as the defender and offender, and the defender and offender, And we need to break that chain. But the biggest problem is we have morons like this that just seem to, for whatever reason, don't understand. I mean, the worst of these are fucking MVC players. There's a reason people they see basically Fist of the North Star people are great because they know it's a meme, right? No one thinks it's engaging in a fighting game when rounds start. Oh, who guesses right? GG, shake my hand. That's not fun. At that point, genuinely, this is where I'm at to me personally for a lot of fighting games, especially MVC 100. MVC is more like tic-tac-toe than it is rock, paper, scissors. And then we have games like Tekken and most modern anime fighters where, again, literally it's at round start, bro. And then from there, okay, who gets hits first? They probably fucking win. Because, oh, let me get this wall carry. Oh, you don't have a lot of options. Oh, you guess one more time. GG, shake my hand. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might as well, like the amount of times in Tekken where my back is against the wall, mind you, I'm talking about, like, high level. And it was because of one simple, dumb, stupid, lucky guess. Like, oh my god, they randomly duck for some reason. Oh, they randomly, like, how am I supposed to read that the, quote, safest thing in Tekken, a jab, and well methodically done and calculated. Oh, they do some random YOLO bullshit. And then, oh, they could get this wall carry. Oh, and then I don't really have any good options because the fucking getting up sucks dick in Tekken. That's not engaging. I would rather just play rock, paper, scissors at that point. And that would have more depth than Tekken and MVC. That's sad. Like, that's the state of most fighting games, and it's the reason why they're not getting any better. SS6 is taking little small steps, but the fact that it's still fundamentally held back by that like I said, I don't feel like foundation's quite the right word. But yeah, that's it. It's just something I really feel about that. This kind of thinkings was getting is there, and at the end of the day, let's be real. These are the same people that bitch way too much about modern. I mean, to me, I don't have an inherent issue with modern or modern controls. I have a problem when it becomes relevant against high level and traditional execution. And that's the thing. It's nuanced, but these people are either one or the other. There is no nuance with them. But again, like I said, these are like the 1%. You know, these guys are weirdo sweats, and these people never been placed in tournaments either. They suck dick. They're actual scrubs. Because at the end of the day, the people who genuinely consistently win a lot tend to be really good in one area. I mean, and readers are pretty up there, right? I mean, but they don't win as consistently too. I mean, just look at Edabashi, right? Pick the best reader arguably is goddamn Fob from Guilty Gear, you know? And even then, you look at that dude. That dude's technical as fuck and has the reactions of a, well, maybe not a god, but he's definitely up there. Yeah, fighting games, again, there's a reason the most consistent ones are labbing reactive players, and they do make reads. I mean, heck, I have to make reads still, you know? Shit, you know, like I don't have to make reads. But yeah, no. So when people like I'm sorry, people just don't want to guess. And you know, and some people can quote guess better, and there's other people, you know, just reading, you know, and at the end of the day, reads are fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that there shouldn't be any. I mean, it's impossible. At the end of the day, you're always gonna have to guess to some extent. Like, let's say, get rid of guessing everywhere, and if it's only a neutral, I mean, to a certain extent, like to me, I would like as little guessing as possible. You know, and then that is true for all competitive things. Good example, look at Core A Gaming's video about it. And even he says, yeah, competitive, basically it's luck. Guessing is luck. Competitive players like it when there is less luck involved. So to say I don't want to guess is saying I don't want someone to get lucky. Because at the end of the day, yeah, that's fucking luck. I would like it in a fighting game where I don't have to make a single guess. To me, I don't mind it if guesses can get you ahead. Or put you in a situation, or again, like I said, with the checkmate scenario to get you out of the situation, or for you to make it go in, but to make it a guarantee or make the game rely on it, fuck that shit. And at the end of the day, to the core, most fighting games, I would say either 50 to 80% of the game relies on guessing, and I'm not with that shit. And again, it is a guess, like I said, because you're sure it's the first time, it's 1000% a guess unless you know the person, and until the third one and maybe fourth, those are reads. Anything past that or before that, those are 100% guesses, bro. Like I said, oh, it can be the second time, but yeah, if you're already reading them the second time, then they're an idiot and a basic bitch. Let's keep it real. They're a basic bitch if they're repeating the same shit. It really, and if they do it, well, they know. Then okay, now you're playing a mind game, right? But that's a whole different story. We're talking about first time you don't know who the fuck this person is, kind of shit. But yeah, that's all. And remember, every day great when you're chibi.